CyberConnect2 saw Rise of Ninja as a threat. The development of Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 was a collaborative effort between Bandai Namco Games and CyberConnect2, with both companies playing distinct roles. Toida, from Bandai Namco Games' second production department, served as the producer on the publisher's side, overseeing the project to ensure it aligned with the company's vision. Meanwhile, Matsuyama, representing CyberConnect2, took on the role of director and lead developer, ensuring that the game met the studio's creative and technical goals. Because CyberConnect2 had been developing Naruto games for over 13 years, the franchise had significantly shaped the studio's growth. But despite the manga's conclusion in 2014, the development team still felt a strong responsibility to carry on its legacy through the games. So, Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 became not just another installment, but an opportunity to set a new benchmark for character-based games. When Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 was first announced, the reaction was relatively reserved. Many simply saw it as the next entry in the series. But everything changed when the first trailer was released. The stunning animation and presentation captivated audiences, creating widespread excitement for the game. Because the Storm series had always pushed the boundaries of anime-style visuals, fans expected high quality. But the level of detail and fluidity in the trailer exceeded expectations, leading to a flood of positive reactions. So, the developers knew they had succeeded in delivering a visual spectacle that stood out even among previous entries. Matsuyama emphasized that CyberConnect2 had always aimed to be the gold standard for character-based games, and this goal guided every decision they made. Because Naruto had become a worldwide phenomenon, the game needed to appeal not only to Japanese players but also to a global audience. But localizing a game into 10 languages and distributing it across over 120 countries was no small feat. So, the team remained dedicated to creating an experience that could be equally enjoyed across different cultures. Because the Naruto anime and manga originally released in Japan first, early Naruto games also followed a delayed rollout schedule for overseas markets. But this approach created a major problem. By the time Naruto gained popularity in North America and Europe, the games based on earlier arcs felt outdated. The anime's 3-year delay in the West meant that the fans in America and Europe were often playing older games just as the series was reaching its peak popularity. Because the gaming industry evolves rapidly, a game that was cutting edge in Japan could feel dated by the time it released overseas. But publishers were hesitant to commit to simultaneous worldwide releases, fearing high localization costs and uncertain sales figures. So it wasn't until the Ultimate Ninja Storm series on PlayStation 3 that this mindset began to shift. The real breakthrough came with the first Ultimate Ninja Storm game. Because it was built with high-quality anime visuals, it stood out globally as a game that truly captured the essence of Naruto. But just as CyberConnect2 was refining its approach, Ubisoft Montreal entered the scene with its own Naruto title, Naruto Rise of Ninja, for Xbox 360. Unlike CyberConnect2's games, Ubisoft's version was made exclusively for Western audiences. Because it was tailored specifically for the North American market, it included Japanese voice acting and other features that catered directly to Western fans. But despite being an excellent game, it was never released in Japan. So, CyberConnect2 realized that they needed to step up their game and create a Naruto title that could compete on a global scale. This shift in thinking led to a major decision. Rather than prioritizing Japan first, Ultimate Ninja Storm was released 4 months earlier in North America and Europe than in Japan. Because this aligned with the Thanksgiving holiday season, it helped the game reach a wider audience at the right time. But this was also a risky strategy, as it required breaking away from Japan's traditional game release patterns. So, the fact that it succeeded completely changed how CyberConnect2 approached the franchise moving forward. Because Ultimate Ninja Storm was well received overseas, the development team gained a new level of motivation. But game development is a challenging process, and without validation from players, it can be difficult to stay motivated through years of production work. So, when players praised the game's faithfulness to the anime, fluid combat, and stunning visuals, it reinforced the team's belief that they were on the right track. This marked the moment when CyberConnect2 understood that they were no longer just making a Naruto game from Japan, they were competing on a worldwide stage. Because Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 was developed during the transition from PS3 to PS4, the team had to decide whether to make it a cross-generation title or to go fully next-gen. But developing for both PS3 and PS4 simultaneously would have limited the game's potential, forcing the team to scale back the visual quality to accommodate older hardware. So, they made the bold decision to develop Storm 4 exclusively for PS4. Toida, who was serving as producer for the first time, faced internal resistance to this choice. Because many developers still saw PS3 as a viable platform, some were hesitant to leave behind the large install base. But Matsuyama and the CyberConnect2 team argued that if they compromised on next-gen improvements, the game wouldn't feel like a true revolution. So, they proposed a clear vision to Bandai Namco. If we make this cross-gen, it won't be truly next-gen. Let's go all in on PS4 and push the boundaries of anime-style visuals. Because Bandai Namco understood the potential, they approved the decision. But this also meant that the development team had to work even harder to justify the PS4 exclusivity. So, They poured all their efforts into ensuring that Storm 4 became a game that could only exist on next-gen hardware.